got, involved in it. I got started in gymnastics. Like, I used to do judo, and my judo teacher thought that I'd be better in gymnastics because I like to tumble. I like rings because it's just, I like to swing rings. Rings is an easy event for me. My favorite gymnast is Li Ning. I like Li Ning a lot because he's not the most consistent gymnast in the world, and he hasn't won that many world titles, but he's the most explosive and the most virtuous gymnast, and the virtuosity is more important than the winning.
He's right now 17 years old, but he has been doing gymnastics only for 4.5 years. And in those 4.5 years, he has been practicing in a gym where we don't have a 40 by 40. Therefore, we cannot do floor routines except when we go to a competition. Our rings were very low because our ceiling was very low, and then we couldn't do these mounts in our gym, and we have to travel to practice once a month in another gym to be able to do the rings, these mounts. The same problem with the high bar. We don't have a pit, we don't have a high ceiling, and in order to learn these mounts, we have to travel and try in another gyms. Some of them very far from the city, like in Long Island, 2 hours from the city. In Brooklyn Gymnastics Center, where we have to travel 1.5 hours to be here. We have been practicing in very hard circumstances.
You have to have a lot of different reasons why you're doing gymnastics. Most of all, you have to like gymnastics, because it's like, if you don't like it, there's nothing there. You can't do it for anybody but yourself. And that's the main reason. I love doing gymnastics.
Gymnastics. All right, Jim, thank you very much, and welcome back live to the summit here in Houston. After 2 rotations, our leader, one of the young juniors, Phoebe Mills, with a great vault, 9.65, pulls her up to 19.15 after 2 rotations. Christy Phillips is in the 2nd spot. Kelly Garrison is 3rd. Cindy Tom 4th, and a tie for 5th right now. Let's pick up some of the action in that 2nd rotation now. Again, Bart Connor is here, and watch Phoebe Mills over on the vault.
This is probably one of Phoebe's best events. She's using a round-off vault. She'll round off here, back handspring on, and a tucked back flip off. It was very nicely done.
There's Bella, her coach. Bella Caroli, of course, a legend.
Let's just get it from farther. Did you speed up pretty well toward the end? Let's just go in. Just a little faster. Keep the layout. Getting over.
Let's look again.
Both legs going together. All right, let's go.
She has good push, decent tuck in the air, and she bounces, literally bounces off the mat, but she has good control. Now watch her feet on the board here. She almost misses the board. Right there, that's dangerously close to the end of the board, but she handles it very well in controlling the vault and bouncing to a safe landing.
9.65 for Phoebe Mills out of Northfield, Illinois. She's our leader after 2 rotations with 19.15. But how quickly Bella's attention has to be divided, because he's also got Christy Phillips performing over on the balance beam. Another look at Phoebe Mills.
Okay, this is her 2nd vault, and now that was a great vault. She did basically the same vault she did on the 1st round, except this time she did it with a straight body, a laid out position. It was really, really nicely done. Bella is obviously pleased.
So our 2 juniors running 1-2, both coached by Caroli. Phoebe Mills in the top spot. Christy Phillips is 2nd, and the defending champion Kelly Garrison right now is in the 3rd spot. Well, we talked about Christy Phillips over on the balance beam. That's where Bella Caroli has moved now. Christy Phillips out of Baton Rouge. And Christy's favorite event is the floor. She's a 9th grader at Westfield High School.
Normal.
Let's listen to Bella.
And hold that over there and control yourself nicely, okay?
Pat on the back from the coach. Control yourself nicely.
Without a doubt, this is one of the most exciting routines that any American gymnast is doing now. Watch that back flexibility. A front limber as a mount going sideways. Oh, nice work on a round off to a layout. Very high, very clean on the landing. Now, Christy did something really unusual for her. She made a mistake in the first event, and she has really opened up the door for Phoebe Mills, her closest competitor. Phoebe has been frustrated time and time again because she just can't seem to beat Christy Phillips. But Christy opened the door, and Phoebe is really flying now. So Christy needs a great performance here on the beam if she's going to hold in there in the all-around contention. Watch this move. There's a back plunge. Now watch, she's going to straddle this and maintain balance. Look at her back is bent at a 90-degree angle. Boy, that's tremendous flexibility.
And that's something you really can't coach.
Well, actually, so much of that is natural. And once you see that a gymnast has an ability to do almost contortion-like skills, then, of course, you definitely take advantage of that in the routine. And that's an original move. Nice side summy for Christy. Now, this is a very, very crucial dismount. Round off to a pike double, and she pulls it around, and she is very, very pleased with that routine. Nice work.
That was a good one, Bobby. Good one. All right, Stuffy.
All right, Stuffy.
Good job.
Christy Phillips, a 9.75 on the balance beam, pulls her into the second spot. So a couple of youngsters, just 70 and 80 pounds respectively, are running 1-2.
Now watch this back plunge. Now once she gets in balance, she's going to straddle her legs. Unbelievable flexibility.
Well, Christy wants to be an orthodontist when she graduates from college. If you miss on the beam, you'll need one.
Let's look at this again. What outrageous position. That is absolutely perfect. Now, once she gets set, she straddles her legs, and that, of course, is unique, and Christy Phillips is the only gymnast in the world doing that move. Here's the dismount, of course. Nice pike double back. Watch, she is pulling those legs around. It's a race between her face and her feet win. Great dismount.
And look at that smile. Is she happy? Christy Phillips, a 9.75, moves into the second spot out of Baton Rouge. The top spot held by Phoebe Mills of Northfield, Illinois. They're running 1-2, and Kelly Garrison, the defending champion, in the third spot. That's after 2 rotations. We'll be coming back with more live ladies gymnastics from the summit here in Houston. We'll be on the third rotation as the ladies go for the gold, silver, and bronze and the team title live on ESPN. The two-time Olympic gold medal champion Bart Conner. I'm Jim Kelly, and welcome back live to the summit here in Houston, Texas. Ladies gymnastics. What's the most difficult event for the women to perform in, Bart Conner?
Well, I think without a doubt in competition, the balance beam is the most psychological event. It's very tough for those girls to stay on that balance beam, even though they know how to do all the acrobatic skills. They're up against the wall trying to put together a great routine in competition.
Representing the West, let's pick up now Julissa Gomez on the vault.
Julissa is one of Bella Caroli's gymnasts, and she is a bright young gymnast, and she has an absolutely perfect body for gymnastics. She's very small, very flexible, and strong all at the same time.
That's one of the things, if you look at Bella's kids, they all seem to be about the same size and frame.
And without a doubt, they are durable. I think he probably has the most durable gymnasts on the U.S. team, and I guess in order to survive the hard discipline training of Bella Caroli, you have to be pretty durable.
Currently in the 14th spot after 2 rotations. I guess when you're under 5 feet tall, that runway looks a little long to you, doesn't it?
And the vaulting horse comes up to about her chin, so she's got quite a job to get over this baby. But she's also doing one of these round-off vaults. Right here, round off and back onto the horse. Okay, a little trouble on the landing, but that's a laid-out Sukahara from a round off onto the board and a back handspring onto the horse.
Good job.
First year on the junior national team. What's the biggest jump that the gymnasts make?
In what way?
In terms of competition. In other words, going onto the junior team or going from juniors to seniors?
Well, the junior team is only described by the ages of the girls. Actually, these girls are considered on the junior national team. But if they were old enough, if they were 15 and old enough to be on the national team, they would probably also be some of our leaders. There it is. It's actually a piked Sukahara off the horse, and she was a little out of control on the landing.
There she is, Julissa Gomez, age 13, out of Houston, Texas. ninth grade at Westfield High School. Let's pick up Dana Lister now, representing the East team over on the balance beam out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Actually, Dana is getting ready to perform, and she is outstanding on the balance beam. She's going through her paces on the floor. Most of the girls do a great deal of balance beam training actually on the floor, and many times on a line on the floor, so they don't have to worry necessarily about staying on the beam all the time, but they can worry about position and control.
Bart, what do the judges look for here?
Well, certainly on balance beam, it's important that the girls have nice rhythm. They have to do certain elements like split leaps. They have to do a full turn. They have to do a combination of acrobatic skills, one after another. In the last few years, the balance beam has changed drastically because the young girls are required to do actually complete tumbling runs from one end of the beam to the other, and that, of course, is very, very challenging.
Let's swing on over. We'll come back to Dana Lister as there's some distractions going on. Let's pick up our leader right now with a 19.15 total on the uneven bars. This is that little pepper pot, age 13, from Northfield, Illinois, Phoebe Mills. There's Bella getting things ready over on the uneven bars. What about the uneven bars? What do the judges look for there?
Well, of course, this event has also changed drastically. The girls are moving the bars very far out, and they're allowing the girls to do giant swings on the high bar, and it makes very much like men's high bar performances. It's nice to see Phoebe doing so well here. Christy really did open the door by having trouble on her first event. Phoebe has been very consistent. Her first two events were very solid, and I think she's going to try her best to take advantage of the door that Christy Phillips opened today.
I'll tell you, looking at Phoebe, she's only 4'6" and 70 pounds. It's incredible that she's a former national speed skating champion.
I'm very glad to see that because both of my brothers, I'm also from the Chicago suburban area, were on the national speed skating team, so our family has a lot in common, that we're both in the national gymnastics scene as well as speed skating.
I guess you were a Bobby Hall fan and a Blackhawks fan.
Of course, you couldn't do without him up there.
There is Bella.
I found that I was a little bit better at gymnastics than skating, so I bailed on skating. And my brothers were better at skating than gymnastics, so they bailed on gymnastics.
Last-minute instructions from the coach. And a break in concentration for our leader right now. All kinds of pressure on the young junior when you're ahead of Kelly Garrison, the defending festival champion. Back over on the beam again, Dana Lister. She is 13 out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a member of the U.S. National Gymnastics team.
Dana is great on the balance beam. Stay up there. Nice work. That's a round off to a laid out backflip. It's so nice to see Dana doing so well. Oh, how about that?
That tells you it's her favorite event.
Okay, and a good double twist. Dana has trained with us down in Norman quite a few times, and it's nice to see she's having a good day here.
Boy, was she happy with that performance. Now back to the uneven bars. Phoebe Mills, all set after the last-minute coaching by Bella Carroll.
There's a straddle over. Now watch, she's going to get to a handstand right there. Oh, nice work. And a giant to a full turn. Another giant. She is right on. Tremendous reverse act. So great to see her. She is going after it. She's not at all hesitant. She's blasting through this routine. Everything looks sure. Right to the top on a handstand. Quick giant swings. Here's the pike double. Nice landing. Great exercise for Phoebe Mills.
How important is originality, the routine there?
Well, without a doubt, that's very important quality that gymnasts must have. It's hard to get originality on the uneven bar routine, but she has a nice combination, and you can get originality in a combination. She did a full over the bar to a reverse hecht. Here is nice position in the giant swings. Pike double back, same dismount used by Christy Phillips, and boy, nice job on the landing.
Well, we have talked about Kelly Garrison. There she is out of the University of Oklahoma. 14 medals, 6 of them gold. She has won this festival.